Pretty good weather for February 4th. Just cruising through the woods here on some of the old logging trails and whatnot. Nothing real exciting going on, but it's kind of cool to be like almost a 50-degree day in February. Can't beat that. We recently had some snow and then it got warm after that real cold snap. But you can tell nobody's been out here because we've had kind of crappy conditions. So it's kind of cool being the first one out after a little while. I'm sure people have been here, but it's just been a little bit. It's really nothing bad going on, but I'm definitely making some fresh tracks in what little snow is left here. So nobody's been here at least within probably a week, I'm guessing, since it got warm. Might get somewhere, might get nowhere, because a lot of the trails are actually blocked off for the winter. But every now and again you find a little path you can take, and nothing too terrible. Let's go up this way. Yeah, stop sign must come back to the road. Haven't been on this portion of them before. Posted. Huh. First time I've ever seen that. I haven't been out here before. It looks like there's a stop sign. Yeah. So they got that roped off. I guess we can't go that way. We'll try something else. Alright, we'll try another way. I'll double back and see what we can find here. Might be something more interesting come up. Definitely tell, I mean, you go to certain areas, I mean, not so much here, but you can tell where the winter's beat down these woods, and then you can see where loggers have come through and where some trail guys have cleared. And right now this looks pretty average for winter, at least by us. If I had to guess, that spot back there, well, I may have been on the other side of that and just not realized it at one time. I just can't think of where it'd be, but that'd definitely be something to check out. It's definitely on the other side of the trail because this is actually a gravel road, sort of. It meets up at the trail, and I think we're, instead of going back where I started, we'll go ahead and just follow the trail, even though we're not supposed to on that portion of it, but it'll be okay. There really ain't nobody out here, and what's the worst they're gonna do? Yell at me? Just tell them, well, made a mistake, my bad. Ain't no big deal. I'm guessing, I don't know, sometime like within the last couple weeks we would have had softer ground, but it's dried up pretty good. Because we did have quite a snow and a little bit of rain. And I was out in that and breaking some trails with everybody else. I mean, I hit some new ones, and then I found some other guys that are out. And so now that I've had this nice weather and the snow has disappeared, it's dried up rather quick. It ain't like last year. This time we had freezing rain, and so much rain after that that didn't freeze. Everything was so wet for quite a long time. It's just a nasty mess. And then last year, before winter, like last fall, we got a pile of rain at one point. It was just terrible. You couldn't even have went out here. You probably would have been flooded in this area, I'm guessing, a little bit. I know where I first started, it definitely was. But there's a lot of spots out here you just couldn't get to. It was so bad. Even the logger guys were bellying out on their skidders and everything. So they had to quit doing a bunch of jobs and move to higher ground. And I knew a couple of companies, they had some pretty terrible breakdowns because of all that. Because they're trying to push through all that stuff, and it's hard on them machines, even well-maintained machines. That's hard on because you're working them. You know, you're running up to the bellies of those things. It's even with all the gear reduction and everything, it's a lot of resistance to be working. things are not meant to be mud boggers. They're, they're meant to go through the woods and climb stuff and whatever, but they have their limits just like anything else. This is fairly mild terrain, but there's a little bit of up and down to it at least. Is this the trail split? Yeah, this is the trail split. So I came from across the way, you can kind of see there. We're going to hang a right and see how that goes back to that little house, which I'm guessing it does. Really, like I said, we're technically not supposed to be out here, but whatever. I've been on most of these trails when you're not supposed to be and nobody's yelled at me yet, but it'll be a first time for everything. Just hanging out, trying to see what I see and go from there. I'm gonna say ain't nobody been out here in a little bit because this don't really look, well, yeah, there's nothing real super fresh out here. This is all old ruts and at least nothing within the last couple days for sure. Could be older than that. But you definitely see what looks like skidder tracks in here. Unless that was a snow groomer, but I don't think so. I'm guessing those are skidder tracks from when the loggers are out and about. Sure look like it to me. Caution ahead. Okay. What about behind? Nope, we're clear behind. No caution behind. Kind of cool little country back here in this part of the trail. Little embankment. It's kind of fun. It also helps if you're out here. I mean, everybody wants to go out and rip around, have fun now and again, don't get me wrong. It also helps if you're not tearing the shit out of stuff if you do run across someone that would be important. DNR fella or something like that. Alright, well, I'll catch you guys a little later on a different part of the trail. Alright, I'm gonna bring you guys back. I should have just left you on camera. We made a couple of interesting little corners there. I drove through some bigger spots. I think we'll stay out of the ditch for the moment. Maybe on another corner to a little better spot. I mean, nothing's terrible, of course, so I mean, just running around two-wheel drive. Running on 33, 12.5 17s on this truck. So I mean, it does pretty good. You know, it's nothing of a major lift or anything like that, but it never really actually, I've only ever gotten stuck with this truck like one time. Alright, well, here comes a puddle. I guess we'll go through that one. Oh, didn't even break through that. Guess that was solider than it looked. Must have been thin, or a shallow pocket there or something. Well, here comes something. Let's see what. I've been breaking through most of them, so. No, there we go. There we go. Just a little extra throttle gets us through. Caution ahead. Alright. Basically, just gonna go as far as it'll let me go until I have to turn around and do something else. It's nice that there is some open areas to work. Drive on, carry on. Yeah, nothing too deep there. This this is basically springtime in Wisconsin with this, you know, it's not too bad. I've had worse springs with more snow that I've been on these trails. Or such things, of course. I mean, I've been out here in the midst of winter too at times. Last winter I come out here, I had to go find someone that was lost and stuck, pull them out. But I was quite a ways on the trail. I mean, it was quite a bit of open area that day. But I was probably going through 6 inches of snow, which is not real a lot, but it'd get deeper here and there, and some of it was good snow, some of it wasn't. So I mean, you know, it's good times out here some years. Other years not so much. You guys will have to let me know how the camera is. I just set it on the dash by hand with my phone, and it seems to take good photo or good video, but if I need to change the setup, someone should let me know, so I'll do it. There comes a little puddle. Boop. I'm only doing like 10-15 miles an hour back here. I'm not flying or nothing. Too rough for that. Take it easy. Enjoy a day. Do a little off-roading just for the fun of it. Trail spur at one time, maybe. I mean, I know most of this trail, or most of these trails, how deep some of the stuff is and whatnot, because it's pretty average stuff around here. It's pretty well taken care of. But some areas in this world, you got to be careful where you go through, because you have no idea how deep that is if you've never been through it, never seen it. Don't want to get yourself hung up or anything. But you can tell that the four-wheelers and the side-by-sides and all the whoever else, I guess, comes in here and they rip and tear and push gravel around and all that jazz. They probably need to go through and put some more gravel down and pack it down again. Some of these spots get pretty bad sometimes. As far as, you know, trying to traverse it and not be completely bouncing up and down. For the most part, these trails are pretty decent. Definitely been on worse. Keep right. Well, what other direction am I allowed to go? I know it's for four-wheelers, but it's alright. Alright, well, we made it to another section. No gate. Good, good. Ain't in trouble yet, at least. Alright, well, we'll pause there and we'll hit up another spot. Okay, so here's another section. Like this corner, you couldn't even see this last spring. It was so wet that the water is covering all this. Can you see that little bit of water to where the lowlands are? That water was up to my truck. It was so far up here, up to the road. It goes from here all the way out there. And of course, you know, it was spread way further out into that area too. So there was a lot of water out here at one time. This time of year it's obviously receded. And right now it's a very dry winter because we haven't had, I mean, we've had snow, but not like we've had previous years. And this will end up taking us back to the main road. Well, not the main road, but the main road that this portion of the trail comes off of, and then it leads up to the main road. It's very much to see here, but I'll show you guys another section here in a minute. Alright, well here's another road, and I ended up having to turn around to that last trail, found a gate, and had to make a new plan. So I took that as far as we could go. Now this road in the summertime is pretty fun in the mud. It's got some banks and some corners and some hill to it. Wintertime, it's pretty good. I was out here when we got all that snow here a couple weeks ago, and I had followed the first person through because I had just seen their tracks the whole way. And I took most of this in two-wheel drive. I didn't have no trouble. I was sliding around a bunch, but I didn't really care because as long as I'm moving, I don't care. It wasn't like I was in danger of getting stuck. But that's a pretty good road. I mean, you can take this at speed, fly around the corners if you want a little bit. You know, just be smart about it. You don't have to do it stupid and get yourself in trouble. But they do have a couple of turns you got to watch out for because they have some washouts and sometimes they have cones in them. Or blocked off so people don't, you know, wreck their vehicle or whatever, get stuck. But it's kind of a neat little gravel road and kind of a cool scenery to check. Wrong path there. We're doing about 30 on this road. We got plenty of open ground to fly on. I mean, I could go a lot faster if I wanted to, but rough enough I don't need to. And I got my tools in the back, and I don't want them to jump around. And normally I don't have them in the back. Right now they're just hanging out because I was doing a couple of jobs, so. Yeah, it's kind of a fun little trail to hop on. I'll take you back to the big road that runs through these forests and stuff. Well, it's wet, it's pretty fun, it's kind of sloppy, a little bit muddy, a little bit... I mean, you don't have to get all tore up and screw it up, of course, but, you know, just be responsible when you're out here doing your thing. No reason to wreck it for ours. Look at that, we got a couple turkeys. Oh, they ran in the woods there. Take it easy in case someone decides to fly out. Definitely don't need a friggin' turkey to the windshield today. Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. Yeah. I think that was about 6 of them over there. One of the nice corners. See what I mean? I got them up there in the bad spots. So if you come around these corners unaware, you could hit a bad spot and wreck. So they do that to keep people out of trouble. I mean, they can only repair it so much, I suppose. I don't remember if this goes around, if this just does that. I think it's just that half circle. No, we'll take it anyway, just for the fun of it. Yeah, it's just a half circle. Oh no, this trail does go back, that's right. I think this one goes back, it gets real tight if we go. Yeah, we'll take it. I remember going back here a few times, it's been a while, but it gets kind of tight and scratchy for the truck, if I remember correctly. We'll take it back here for a little bit. Nothing else, I'll just turn around if it gets a stupid spot or a gate. Go back on the main road. There's one of these, I can't remember if I'm pretty sure it's not this one. I think that's another one further up. It'll lead off to a kind of sort of like a semi-secluded camping spot where they can put like 3 or 4 campers, and there's a little water and a couple spots a guy can roll around, but kind of tight area to do much of anything. There's just barely enough room to go camping. I mean, you can take a 4-wheeler through some of it, and I think there is a little path off there a 4-wheeler can go on to like the main trails. I need to visit that again. I haven't been out there in quite a while. Yeah, it's staying open here now. I could have sworn the last time I went through here, this got pretty tight, but I suppose it's possible it got opened up a little bit too since I've been back here. Pretty easy trail riding. You can tell nobody's been back here most of the time. There's no way of fresh tracks. I'm just making new tracks. You mean what little bit I can make? I mean, it's not like I'm tearing it up, but you can tell where it's soft that nobody's been through here in a little while. Which is no surprise. I mean, there hasn't been much going on this winter, and a little bit of snowmobilers got a chance to go on some of the trails. I mean, they took what they could get. Yeah, it's going back further than I remember. I'll bet you they opened this up a little bit, because I don't remember being able to get back this far in this trail. Here comes something. Some kind of... One time it was a sign for something. As far as I know, this is all public land yet. Actually, this might go back around back by the Correctional Institute. Possibly. Kind of seems like it's heading that direction. So hopefully this ain't some kind of... Well, not that I've ever been aware of anyway. This ain't no access road back there. This has got to be just a normal trail. There had been signs long before now, and it would have been shut down so you couldn't get anywhere near any of that. It's kind of weird, so it's kind of heading back in that direction, but we'll take it and see where it goes. It'd be pretty obvious if somebody were to try to target and shoot me. I got freaking high vis on, so like, hey, look at that guy, I'll get him. Sun's going down, so it's kind of screwed up my visibility. I gotta stop and move my visors. I can't see her. Crap, and that sun's peeking through the trees at you. It's got that in and out, you know, for your passing the trees. Hopefully you guys can see okay. Yeah, you can definitely tell. Ain't nobody been back here in a while. I mean, this stuff has definitely been matted down, but yeah, you know how some of them trails get after they've been used a lot. They get pretty bare. That one back there looks like somebody took a blade to that at some point. So I don't know. We'll see where this leads. I guess we'll take the path least taken. Or how that saying goes, isn't it? Path least taken? Less traveled, I guess. Path least traveled. Yeah, that's it. Nice country back here, though. Nice little prairie and a little bit of forest. These trees are looking kind of sickly, though, some of them. I don't think this was logged off either. If it was quite a long time ago, the way this looks. Some of this looks pretty sickly. Might be why there ain't much out here, too. Yeah, you see those trees there? Yeah, bark missing, and it's, I don't know if that's from being sick or if that's for animals. That might be animals, but if I can get that to zoom in decent without screwing you guys up. There we go. That's better. But yeah, there's some trees that are not so happy. Let's go back to what we were doing. We're gonna pause for a minute. Alright, so I've turned around. I've reached a no trespassing sign. And the trail continues, but I turned around just in case I'm going somewhere I'm not supposed to be. And for all I know, it's supposed to be no trespassing on this part of it too. So we'll just get out of here just in case. I don't want to cause a problem for anybody, especially myself. And I'll show you guys something else.